Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome around the globe to Kangen Water Radio, featuring the Kangen Water Health and Information International Call. I am so happy to have you here today. Welcome. We consider, clarify, and correct the conventional wisdom around Kangen water technology, the different machines, the science behind water types, uses, and benefits, the testing process, maintenance and cleaning of the machines, and much more. We also explore a plethora of topics as we teach, promote, and discuss the three-pronged approach to health and wellness: hydration, detoxification, and complete nutrition. I'm family physician Dr. Lisa Battle Singletary, your virtual keto coach, and I will be joined by my co-host and fearless leader, Mr. Terrence Hope, Enagic 6A distributor extraordinaire, and together we bring you the best of both worlds. This is call number 381, and we're talking about breathing intentionally today. The title of the call, Breathe Like You Mean It. But before we get to that, ladies and gentlemen, I would certainly love to bring to you our host, our fearless leader, the vigilant, consistent, persistent health advocate and health influencer to the stars and to the globe, Mr. Terrence Hope, Enagic 6A distributor extraordinaire. Mr. Hope.
Dr. Singletary, thank you so much. Yes, I am. Thank you so much, and thank you for that, for your introduction. And thank you for being here with us here on the Kangen Water Health Information Call as our host and co-host of our call. You know, for those who are new to our call, this is the Kangen Water Health and Information Call. We are now live on video and around the world on Facebook Live. So we're glad to be on this new platform, this new forum, and being able to reach that much more, hundreds and thousands of more people, so we can get the message out. You know, Kangen Water Radio, great new platform. Glad to be here and glad to move forward with new ideas that go forward, where we may even begin to host other distributors and other those in Kangen Water who have great health information to provide as guests of our show, and other programs we may bring as we go forward. You know, as well, we are very happy to be here. The foundation of this program today, the Kangen Water Health and Information Call, all began with this very strong need. And what was that need? It was the need for people to understand that much more what Kangen water is, how it works within the body, and how to properly use it. I was very, very fortunate to have come up in a background, an environment of people who were really actually scientists, researchers, medical professionals. And as I was introduced to Kangen water and then began to explain the water to people who I would meet, many of them scientists as well, I began to run into a constant issue where the core explanation of what Kangen water is wasn't actually science. Yeah, I think it began with what was the right idea and concept, but quickly kind of went off tilt, so that people began to give an explanation, no, well-meaning and close to the picture, but not quite as precise as what was really going on. And so once we can truly understand what Kangen water is, you know, we can understand that much more, how it works within the body, and then of course how to properly, you know, use that water. Yeah. So I just want to share with you just a couple of things I have here on a page, and just for a quick summary of what we're all about. Right now, you all may be able to see my page. It is my actual computer desktop, and on that desktop, you have this information. So we begin at the beginning as to why we're here. We want to explain what Kangen water is. make a clarity of how it works within the body, and give to some degree a clarity of what it may not be at the same time. So we're closer to the picture, yes? So Kangen water, change your life, yeah? What is Kangen water? Kangen water is by definition an electrolyzed reduced water. This is a term you're going to begin to hear on the Kangen Water Health and Information Call on a consistent basis as we begin to explain that much more the detail of what Kangen water is. The science term referring to Kangen water is electrolyzed reduced water. And here's the phrase right here. Anytime you want to understand what the health benefits are of a Kangen water, you want to look up its science name. Now, Kangen water is our famous brand name of what we call our electrolyzed reduced water in our machines. It is the best machine in the world. It makes the strongest antioxidant level of the water. And the science term is electrolyzed reduced water. Very often in the past, we have called it alkaline water. We're going to get to that in a second. We don't want to call it alkaline water. We want to call it electrolyzed water. And why is that? Because there's more than one way to make alkaline water, but there's only one way to make electrolyzed water, yeah, electrolyzed reduced water, or one process that differs, you know. So I'll go into more detail and even talk about some other waters that are very similar to electrolyzed reduced water in nature, yeah. So we begin at the beginning. Kangen water, electrolyzed reduced water, and another element, very important, is molecular hydrogen, yeah. It's made in a process known as electrolysis. And electrolysis is a process where electricity comes in direct contact with water. Electrolysis is a process where electricity comes in direct contact with water. So what happens when we make Kangen water? We call Kangen water, the machines, a mini lightning strike. And why is that? That's because we're hitting water with electricity. And when you hit water with electricity, as we demonstrate in this lightning strike coming down from the heavens, you create a change in the water. So you begin with water, which is your H2O. You hit it with, boom, electricity. Be careful out there, okay? And it converts the water into several different molecular structures. So you get water to some degree, not entirely, but to some degree breaking down into gases. OH negative and H plus. I won't get too sciencey here, but I just want you to see a couple of different breakdowns, yeah? So OH negative hydroxide ions are abundant within the water. And you get different molecular structures that include molecular hydrogen. One of the explanations I used early on was that opposites attract, because you get a very strong negative charge within the water, and you know the cells of the body can be more positively charged. And you can get a degree to which there might be an attraction between the two and a greater ability to absorb water. You also have positively charged free radicals and cell toxins. And so when I say negative and positive attract, I'm referring to this dynamic in a simplistic diagram and illustration. And so we want to see the concept of water being attracted to the cell, and water being attracted to toxins that are positively charged to neutralize toxicity and to maximize hydration. But there's a bigger picture going on with Kangen water as well. We have other molecules involved, like molecular hydrogen and nanoparticles, mineral nanoparticles, particularly platinum mineral nanoparticles that are also involved in the detoxification, in the greater absorption of nutrients and hydration, and the maximization of detoxification. All these come in a harmony together to work towards creating an antioxidant water, yeah? Antioxidant water. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a water that can expel toxicity, yeah? And we're looking for a water that has an antioxidant effect. That's what Kangen water has, yeah? Some of you may actually have also seen diagrams where we talked about the ORP, or oxidative reduction potential. This here is a meter known as an ORP, or oxidative reduction potential meter. And it specifically refers to the negative charge or oxidative antioxidant effect that the Kangen water has. As you look at the meter, you might notice one of the settings has a negative or a minus over the number. That refers to the water's antioxidant effect. Here I'm referring to a liquid substance that has a positive charge. And as I go back just slightly, I'll make mention that there's also negative charges on some of the substances. This negative charge is a reference to Kangen water. This says an ORP, or an oxidative reduction potential, of negative 473. Why do I show you that? Just to keep it simple, we're talking about antioxidant effects. Oxidative reduction potentials refers to the antioxidant effect that a substance has. This meter that I'm showing you, known as an ORP meter, is showing you the negative level of what they call charge of the water, or the degree to which it has an antioxidant effect. Minus 473 below zero shows you a very strong antioxidant effect. Yes? So we get back to what Kangen water is. We have to remember that as an antioxidant water, we want to detox the body. Look here, as I show you a quick illustration of the woodland creatures. Notice the deer that we have throughout most of the United States. The jungles of Africa have different types of animals, elephants and giraffes and alligators and so forth. But there's a oneness that happens here. The deer, the antelope, the fox, the squirrels, the birds, the ducks, what do they all have in common? Notice that the animals in the wild, in a simplistic version, do not suffer from the same types of chronic illnesses that humans do. And we are at the top of the food chain. Think about diabetes, high blood pressure, kidney failure, heart disease. It makes you wonder why the animals in the wild are not lining up at dialysis centers to have their kidneys flushed. They're not taking slews of medication. They're not involved in levels of chronic illnesses. They live a healthy life. Why is this? The body is self-healing as long as you have the proper nutrition, hydration, and detoxification. In the forests, our animals live in a mineral-rich environment that is not farmed. They are also eating produce and protein. Produce and protein, what the body is designed to have. There's no Snickers bars, there's no Twizzlers, there's no Skittles. None of these animals are going to McDonald's. Yeah. So the humans are eating, drinking Coca-Cola, Sprite, and 7-Up. That is nowhere on the food chain. They're ingesting junk foods, or foods that not really foods, but matter, called food, that you consume, consumables. What is a Twizzler? Where is it on the food pyramid? Yeah. So let's consider what humans are exposed to and what we should be exposed to. We should be eating produce, protein, and those food substances that are not riddled with chemicals, so that we can get what we need. Not foods with preservatives that can be a chemical that could be toxic, not highly toxic inorganic acids like ginger ale, soda, Coke, Coca-Cola, and so forth. So just to give you a little run through what we're talking about. And I say again, the body is self-healing. Give it what it needs, it takes care of itself. You get a cut on a finger or a scratch on the elbow, you put a Band-Aid on it, you wait a couple of days, and it heals. You expect it to, yeah? Someone has an unfortunate incident where they fall and have a fracture to a bone. Well, they're going to put a cast on it. Why? To keep it still and properly aligned, so that as it heals itself, it heals evenly, correct? So we want to keep in mind that the body has the self-healing properties as long as we give it what it needs. Toxins can be in the body. We need to detox that. This is just a little illustration of a fish tank that we know we've got to keep clean so the fish can live healthy and well. And we have to make sure we are detoxing the body so that we have what we need. The body is mostly water, yeah? So we have to make sure we've got the proper kind of water in our body. And what better water to have than an antioxidant water that detoxes the body? This is just a quick illustration to show you that the body is in fact not entirely alkaline, as many of us have been told over the years. What have we heard? We've heard that the body is alkaline. Drink alkaline water, eat alkaline foods, and your body will be healthy. Well-meaning, but not correct. Your body is not entirely alkaline. As I show you in this illustration, some pH levels of the body are at different levels. Look here, easier to see. You're seeing the lower stomach shown at 1.5 to 4.0 pH, depending on the stage of digestion. You're looking at different areas of the body that can vary, as the saliva is more on the acidic side to alkaline, depending on the stage of digestion. Upper stomach, 4.0 to 6.5 pH. That's more in the acidic ranges. Other areas, the digestive area, the duodenum in the alkaline range. But like I said, once again, depending on the stage of digestion, you might have different pH ranges going on. The heart, the lungs, the capillaries and so forth, more in an pH that's alkaline. Yeah. So the body is not entirely alkaline, as you say. Here you look at the urine, 4.5, which is acidic, to 8.0. Musculoskeletal can dip to 6.9, up to 7.2. It can range. The body is not alkaline. The body has acidic and alkaline chambers. And all of these chambers must maintain their pH range, whether acidic or alkaline, in order for you to be healthy. Yeah? Kangen water, what did I say it was? I said that Kangen water was an antioxidant water. Yeah? And what we're doing is detoxing the body. Lost my slide, but I'll get back to it. What we're doing is we're detoxing the body so that it can be less burdened in its self-regulating ability to maintain its own pH balance. Yeah. So the body, once again, is self-regulating. It does not require you to eat an alkaline food to stay alkaline. It does not require you to eat an acidic food to stay acidic. You can eat both alkaline and acidic foods as long as they're organic. Oranges, acidic. Lemons, acidic. Limes, acidic. Tomatoes, acidic. Grapefruit, acidic. Pineapples, acidic. But they're organic, right? And your body is designed to break down foods to convert them to energy. And then it regulates its own pH inside the body. Yeah. Apples, alkaline. Broccoli, alkaline. Some dark leafy vegetables, spinach, alkaline. Yeah. Doesn't mean your body's becoming alkaline because you're eating it. It's just the pH of the substance of the food. You eat alkaline foods, you eat acidic foods that are organic, your body will maintain health. Yeah. They'll convert the foods into energy and maintain the pH as it's supposed to. Everything is self-regulating, self-healing. It takes care of itself as long as it's not messed with. Yeah. We remove, keep away from high toxicity. So we're reminding people that the body is self-healing, that a Kangen water is an antioxidant water, and that you can drink an antioxidant water to have a healthier water. If you want to have any science background on what Kangen water is, look up the title electrolyte reduced water. Go to some of the the science journals. You can go to pubmed.gov online. That's the National Library of Medicine's published medical data website. It'll show you all the published data on various types of science trials, science reviews, science information you want to look up. And electrolyte reduced water, put in that in your heading, and you can see all of what is available there. Yeah. So I just give you a quick little summary, as we'll go into more detail about Kangen water, what it is, how it works within the body, and how to use Kangen water properly. Once again, this slide here I show you as a reminder. Many people have said that Kangen water is an alkaline water. Yeah. Well, there's more than one way you can make a water alkaline. And just because you've made a water alkaline doesn't mean that you have made it healthy. So in the grand part of my talk here, I've spoken mostly about what? The antioxidant effect or benefits of Kangen water, known as electrolyzed reduced water. It happens to have an alkaline pH as well because of the hydroxide ions that are in the water. We're using that mostly as a measuring tool of the level of particles involved in the antioxidant effect And the greater that number, the higher the pH, because we also have hydroxide ions in the water. So it's really the pH of Kangen water alkalinity is simply a measuring tool of our antioxidant strength based upon the electricity that the water has gone through, the electrical effect that the water has been hit with, and what that's done to the water. If you go to the store these days, you might find alkaline water, yeah, like Essentia. And if you find that, it's just a mineralized water. They take alkaline minerals, dump them in water. Guess what the pH of the water is going to become? Alkaline. It doesn't mean that it's healthy and beneficial for you. It just means that it's alkaline. It's mineralized. And oftentimes, the minerals they're using are not bioavailable. Bioavailable meaning that your body cannot absorb into the bloodstream the type of minerals they're putting in there. One could easily end up long-term with a calcium buildup within the cells, which could lead to a pH imbalance, which could lead to health problems. What do we say? Because the body has to maintain pH balance, right? So alkaline water in the store is not Kangen water. Kangen water is an electrolyte reduced water. Water in the store is a mineralized alkaline water. Kangen water has a negative charge, indicating it's on our oxidative reduction potential meter, its antioxidant benefit. Mineralized alkaline water like Essentia here has a positive charge to it, which means it's more oxidizing, which means that it does not allow your body to remove toxicity as it should, and you won't get the benefit from it. So understand the difference in these types of waters. Understand that there's alkaline water on the market that was just there to essentially deceive people when it was said that there was a healthy alkaline water available, and people began to go try to find an alkaline water, not always knowing that it was Kangen water they should be looking for, or electrolyzed reduced water they should be looking for. So they went to the store, and because of the presence of Kangen water, it being called alkaline water, the water bottling manufacturers in the early 2000s began to produce mineralized alkaline water, put it in the store, and at the end of the day, they figured no one would know the difference, and no one does. People go to the store thinking that's the healthy alkaline water they heard about, and it's not. Kangen electrolyzed reduced water is the antioxidant water. So don't get alkaline water in the store. It is not a healthy benefit for you. Go find Kangen water, electrolyzed reduced water. Come talk to us here at Kangen Water Nation, 866-526-4368 here in the USA, 866-526-4368. If you're overseas in the UK, give us a buzz on our overseas UK line, 0800-086-9793. That's 0800-086-9793. And if you're looking for us in the Middle East, in Dubai, check out our website at kangenwaterdubai.com. That's kangenwaterdubai.com. Give us a buzz through that website. We'll be happy to help you with our representatives overseas, and we'll get you some Kangen water. Well, I thank you all for giving me this time to speak and share some of my slides and information. And I've been glad to be here, and I'm happy to turn the call back over to Dr. Singletary. Dr. Lisa Singletary, are you still there? Oh, you're muted. Let me see, make sure you're not muted.
I'm here,
there you
Mr.
are.
Hope.
All right, there we go.
Thank you for that great overview of Kangen water. I love that you could show the slides along with the talk. That was really awesome. And I love how you really clarified that the body does not need to be alkalized or acidified, or, we don't need to do, the body's going to do what it's going to do. But it takes a lot of energy to maintain that homeostasis. So we can do things to help the body out, to decrease the energy that the body needs to maintain its homeostasis. But one of the amazing things about the body is that 90+% of all the processes that happen in the body are, I'm going to pin myself there. 90+% of all the processes that happen in the body happen automatically. You don't think about every heartbeat. You don't think about every time your blood vessels widen or narrow down depending on the change in temperature. You don't, that happens automatically. And most of the time, you don't think about your breathing. Here's the thing. We have two major types of, or two major categories in our nervous system. We have the voluntary nervous system, which is our, they call it somatic nervous system, that controls our muscles. That's, you want to raise your hand, you want to put your hand down, you have to um, you have to think about it, even just a little bit, right? You have a um, you have a say in whether you raise your hand or put it down. It's a conscious process. What about breathing? Very interesting. There is a conscious function to your breathing. And I just think that's so fascinating that our breathing muscles, because it's our muscles, we got certain muscles that when they contract, and you know what the big one is, right? Your diaphragm. When your diaphragm contracts, it pulls in air. And when your diaphragm and the muscles around your rib cage relax, it lets the air escape. So while you don't think about your breathing all the time, and sometimes I was thinking about when you blow out, let's say, a birthday candle. Are you really thinking about, oh, I need to take a big breath to blow out this candle? No, you're thinking about blowing out the candle. Like you're thinking about the flame of the candle and whatnot. You're not really thinking, oh, I need to breathe in. It just happens, right? But there are times when breathing intentionally can really improve your health. And we've done some calls about breathing techniques. And one of the techniques we recommended on the call was every hour on the hour, taking 3 deep breaths. Just set your timer. And every time you hear that little reminder, just stop what you're doing or continue what you're doing. It's better to stop so you could just take a break there, little mini break, and take 3 deep, they call deep breaths, diaphragmatic breaths, because we can breathe from our diaphragm. That's all getting the air all the way down to the bottom of our lungs versus breathing in our chest, which is what most people do. They're much more shallow breaths, but it's those deep diaphragmatic breaths that really boost up the oxygen exchange and stimulate our parasympathetic nervous system. And really, they have an effect on our health. So I want to go into, besides that, and that's a great, great little strategy. I hope you're doing it already. But yeah, every hour on the hour, take 3 deep cleansing diaphragmatic breaths. Okay, so there was an article in Scientific American that ties in this type of breathing with your health. It's called Proper Breathing Brings Better Health. The subtitle, Stress Reduction, Insomnia Prevention, Emotion Control, Improved Attention. Certain breathing techniques can make life better, but where do you start? And this is a great article. And it talks about studies that show that breathing techniques are effective against anxiety and insomnia. And it starts with the newborns, right? As newborns, we enter the world by inhaling. In leaving, we exhale. In fact, in many languages, the word exhale is synonymous with dying. Breathing is so central to life that's no wonder humankind long ago noted its value, not only to survival, but to the functioning of the body and mind, and began controlling it to improve well-being. As early as the first millennium BC, both the Tao religion of China and Hinduism placed importance on a vital principle that flows through the body, a kind of energy or internal breath, and viewed respiration as one of its manifestations. The Chinese call this energy qi, and the Hindus call it prana, which is one of the key concepts of yoga. A little later in the West, the Greek term pneuma and the Hebrew term ruah referred both to the breath and to the divine presence. In Latin languages, spiritus is at the root of both spirit and respiration. So the importance of breathing not lost at all on our ancestors. The connection, though, of breathing with the mind and the parasympathetic nervous system is amazing. And there's one other concept that this particular article brought out, and it's something called cardiac coherence. So a close look at one popular technique, cardiac coherence, offers more detail about the ways that breathing exercises promote relaxation. With the help of biofeedback, the approach attempts to coordinate breathing with heart rate, slowing and steadying breathing to slow and stabilize the heart rate. And let me tell you, the last couple of, I'll say the last 4 days, I've used some breathing techniques to slow my heart rate down. And some of these are really powerful. So I did, so this is a great article. I'll refer you to it because it goes into a lot of detail and it looks at breathing and health from many different sides. So this is Scientific American, Proper Breathing Brings Better Health. I did check out healthline.com. You know, I love some healthline.com. And they have an article called 10 Breathing Techniques for Stress Release and More. And that article is from 2019. There's one other article that they have prior to this that also had some breathing techniques. And it was one of the techniques in the second article that I've really been using, and I love it. So here are some of I'm just going to list or read this list of techniques. Pursed lip breathing. So, you know, when you purse your lips, you narrow the passageway, which naturally slows down how quickly you can take in or release air. So controlling your breathing with pursed lips has a great effect, especially if you're a singer. But belly breathing, that's another word for diaphragmatic, right? Breath focus. So all of these are techniques, and Healthline goes into each one in detail. Lion's breath, that one is really interesting. Alternate nostril breathing. Equal breathing. Resonant breathing. Satali breath. Deep breathing. Humming bee breath. I like the name. And they have many, or they have takeaways for the whole article. Let me read the takeaway. You can try most of these breath exercises right away. Take the time to experiment with different types of breathing techniques. Dedicate a certain amount of time, at least a few times per week. You can do these exercises throughout the day. Check in with your doctor blah, blah, blah. Okay. So, yeah, a lot of these are really, they're well described and they're really interesting. And I do recommend that you try them. So the next article was the 9 best breathing techniques for sleep. And these are the 4-7-8 technique, Brahmari pranayama, the 3-part method, diaphragmatic, that's a repeat from the other, the alternate nasal, that was in the first article, Buteyko method, Popworth method, Kapalbhati exercise, and the box method. And the box method is the one that I have been using. So, and I like the box method because, well, mainly I like the name. And there's a step in ballroom dancing called the box step. So when I do the box method, I think of it as dancing with my autonomic nervous system, you know. So during box breathing, you want to focus intently on the oxygen you're bringing in and pushing out. And there are 4 steps. And box has 4 sides, right? So you sit with your back straight, breathe in, and then try to push all the air out of your lungs as you exhale, because that just gets you started up. You inhale slowly through your nose and count to 4 in your head, filling your lungs with more air with each number. Then you hold your breath with the air in your lungs, count to this 4. Then you slowly exhale, getting all that oxygen out of your lungs. And then you count to 4 with it all out. And you do this in a cycle. I listened to a podcast, or I listened to a interview with a functional medicine doctor, and he recommended doing this 20 times. So that takes doing it 20 times, maybe twice a day, once or twice a day. That takes some time. You have to put some time behind, you know, and you have to focus on the counting and everything. So maybe you work up to that. Like the prior article said, try it 3 times a week to do the box breathing 20 times, or any of these other techniques. So we've got about 15 different breathing techniques that you can try. In addition to, I still recommend taking 3 deep breaths every hour. All right. So, Mr. Hope.
Mademoiselle.
I'm removing my pin. Okay. So, how they work together, the autonomic system and the voluntary nervous system. The diaphragm is like at the intersection of those two. So if it's a Venn diagram, the diaphragm is right in the middle of that Venn diagram. And you just got to think, yeah, I mean, why were we given all of these different ways to control our breathing? It's just gives you an idea of how important it is. So we can speed it up, we can slow it down, but most of the time we don't think about it. So breathing intentionally will improve your health.
You know, Dr. Singletary, I'll tell you this. You bring to mind, you know, something I was just talking to someone earlier today about on the phone. And that is, once upon a time, I thought water was water. What other thing is there? You drink, you see water, oh yeah, go drink some water, it's good. Is it fresh? Good enough to drink. We know that there's ocean water, and we know that there is like lake water. And so the ocean is supposed to have salt in it, and the lake is not supposed to have salt in it, right? And a good friend of mine years ago said to me, he said, Terrence, what's the difference between ocean water and lake water? And we were looking out over Lake Michigan from a high-rise building. And I said, well, an ocean has salt and a lake is fresh water. There's no salt in it. And he looked across the horizon at the Lake Michigan, and we couldn't see the other edge of the lake for the gigantic. It goes over the horizon. And he says, "So Terrence, you're trying to tell me there's no salt in that lake?" And that's what that says. It's supposed to be, no salt in it. Terrence, as big as that lake is, there's salt in there somewhere. You can't tell me that's salt in there. I was like, wow. He had a good point, So, good friend of mine named Mark Callahan, and but the point is, there's different waters, and other than that, when it comes to drinking water, we think they're all the same. And now we find out with Kangen water, electrolyte reduced water, reverse osmosis water, distilled water, acidic waters, alkaline waters. There's all kinds of different waters.
Yeah.
And now you've taken me on another venture. Once upon a time, I thought I was breathing.
That's right.
And now I found well, sir, we'd like to have our menu today. Oh yes, so what form of breathing would you like to have? Well, how are the appetizers? So this is good to know. And it's one of the core reasons why I really enjoy being here on the call with you, Dr. Singletary, because we get to learn so many more things about the body, about our health, different perspectives. We are so very honored to have you here as a board certified family physician who is now retired, giving her time over to health, nutrition, hydration, detoxification, and how that applies to the anatomy and the medical understandings of how the body functions. And so we're very fortunate to have the two worlds married, where they are normally often separate, nutrition and the body's health function and the body's health benefit from nutrition. And we often look for ways to bring that together, don't find them, but we're very glad to have found them here on the Kangen Water Health Information Call with our illustrious Dr. Lisa Singletary. So we thank you for being here.
And the obviously illustrious Mr. Terrence Hope. So thank you for joining us today, ladies and gentlemen. If you have found value from this information, please like us, love us, subscribe, friend us, all the things. And we want to keep in touch with you. The Kangen Water Health and Information Call, we have an archive of 380 calls that you can access by getting our call topics log. You can email us at kwnation7@gmail.com. That's kwnation, the number 7 @gmail.com. And you can request our call topics log. And I'll pull up my other computer. That will give you one-click access to all of our prior calls. Now on Wednesday, Mr. Hope, and we're on Zoom and Facebook, right? So being on Facebook Live, our calls from now on, when we do video, will be on Facebook. What's going to happen Wednesday, Mr. Hope?
So on Wednesday, we'll have a rebroadcast of this program, which was a Saturday live program, going out Wednesday at 1 p.m. So if anybody missed the call today, they can tune in again on Wednesday and see us again as a pre-recorded call. And then come back again next Saturday at 1 p.m. as we go live once again at Facebook Live here on the Kangen Water Health and Information Call.
So we're not doing freeconferencecall.com. Is that what I'm hearing?
On Wednesday, we can actually do freeconferencecall.com. However, the program will be broadcast from the pre-recording from the previous Saturday.
Okay, I'm confused. So, okay, so we're only putting out new content once a week.
For right now, that's correct.
So nothing on Wednesday.
They'll be pre-recorded.
Well, it's on Facebook 24/7 once it's recorded. So
sure.
Okay, new information, people. Okay, you learned it with me. So We'll figure it all out. So we will see you here next Saturday with new
Live.
stuff on Zoom and Facebook. Okay. Well, thank you for joining us on the Kangen Water Radio, featuring the Kangen Water Health and Information International Call. Any final words, Mr. Hope?
Drink Kangen water. It's good for you. And contact us again if you have any more questions about Kangen water. If you're in the United States, you can reach us on our USA phone line at 866-526-4368. That's 866-526-4368. Here in the United States, call us, ask us about Kangen water, ask us about the Kangen water machines. We'll be happy to answer your questions and even process an order if you're a brand new person, never bought a machine. We'll be happy to sell a machine to you and get that order out to you right away. If you are in the UK, the United Kingdom, overseas, you can reach us on our phone line in the UK, which is +44 0800 086 9793. That's +44 0800 086 9793. And if you happen to be with us on our line in Dubai, you can reach us as well on the phone line there, or you can go to our website, which is at kangenwaterdubai.com. That's kangenwaterdubai.com. And otherwise, you can reach us on our phone line in Dubai, which is +971 800 018 4589. That's +971, which is the country code for Dubai, 800 018 4589. That's +971 800 018 4589. We have representatives within Dubai who can also correspond with us here with the United States to get machines out to you and explain water to you and even install the machine for you for free. Inside the UK, we have the same service where if you purchase a machine from us within the United Kingdom, we have installers throughout the London region and the greater UK who will come and connect the machine for you, or otherwise give you specific instructions. We give free filtration as well. So in the UK, once again, 0800 086 9793 in the UK, 0800 086 9793, and backtracking to the United States, call us again anytime, 1-866-526-4368, 1-866-526-4368 here at Kangen Water Nation. See you again, Dr. Singletary.
Have a great rest of the weekend and a great week next week, and we will see you on Saturday. We love you all.
Yeah.
God bless you.
Cheers.